All right, so we'll get started. Anyone that pops in, we can play catch up. So just so everyone knows, I am going to record this meeting. That way, anyone that wasn't able to participate will have the opportunity to review it. But I just want to let you know that you are being recorded. My name's Tom Rosa. I'm the Administrative Officer for the Division of Parks and Rec. I've been in this position since 2016, and I've been running the surf and non-surf tests for this will be my third year, I believe. Prior to that, I was working with John Faltis for many years. So I've been at these tests for quite a while. Many of you probably have seen my face, heard my voice. So I believe most of you know me. If not, I look forward to meeting you and working with you this summer. This year, we have two safety inspectors that are going to be working for us. Trevor Kenyon, who we've had for the last few years, and Michelle Marold. Michelle was the beach manager at Goddard Park prior to coming working for us. This year is going to be a little different because we're having staffing issues, like I'm sure many of you are also having. We have Trevor and Michelle in dual roles where they will be beach managers as well. So if there's a gap at any of our state beaches that need to be filled with a manager, they'll be stepping into those roles as well. Now, as in the past, Trevor will be doing most of the inspections for the surf beaches, and Michelle, who took over for John Henderson, will be doing primarily the non-surf beaches. So I'll have them reach out to all you folks and just, make sure that you have their contact info. Any issues or any problems, questions, they'll be more than happy to help you. So with the test starting, this Wednesday is the first one. Thursday is surf, Wednesday's non-surf. We're going to adhere to Department of Health regulations in terms of COVID distancing and mask wearing. From what I understand is as of tomorrow, masks are not going to be required for anyone that's been vaccinated. But we're still going to obviously promote the social distancing. Anyone who hasn't been vaccinated, we're going to ask them to keep their masks on when they're not actively testing. But the guidelines change so quick. So I will have the most update info on the testing dates. So I would still advise all of your employees to bring masks with them. We will have hand sanitizer available for them to use, as well as we're going to sanitize all of the rescue equipment in between the tests. We'll maintain the pods like we did last year, where we're going to keep everybody in groups. That way, God forbid, if somebody does test positive, we'll know who was in their group, and we'll be able to reach out to them. The beach inspections are going to stay the same as they have been in the past. The inspectors will come out and they'll issue the order sheets, discuss any problems that you may have, and then return at a later date to complete the inspection. Make sure everybody's in compliance. We have not had any issues in the last couple of years other than staffing. So that's been really positive, and that's made our lives a lot easier as well. So I want to thank you for making sure that your waterfronts are up to snuff. The lifeguard certification, as I said, starts this week. So we're going to have a few different test dates. For anyone that doesn't have them, the conditional non-surf dates are going to be May 19th, June 9th, and June 23rd. The surf conditional tests are going to be May 20th, May 25th, and June 10th. So the surf tests are at Scarborough, the non-surf are at the Burlingame picnic area, as we've done in the past. I tried spacing them out a little bit different this year just to accommodate anyone coming home from school. I hope that these dates work. If there's anyone that isn't able to make it to these tests, let me know. I may be able to throw an additional test together, but provide me with like the names of the candidates that need it, and that way I can see how many we have and where they're coming from, and we'll do our best to make sure that everybody gets certified. We don't want anyone being short just because their guard was in school or military assignment or anything like that. Our full surf test dates are going at Scarborough are going to be August 2nd through August 6th. So all the conditional certifications we issue in these next few weeks are going to expire on August 6th. So anyone that is unable to come that week, again, let me know. Traditionally, we've held a test at Second Beach in Middletown to help accommodate those folks. So that may be something that we're going to look into. And I'm going to reach out to New Shoreham and see if there's going to be a way for us to hold a surf test there as well. Those are just a couple of our ideas if needed. We've held tests at Misquamicut in the past to also try to accommodate. We're all kind of in this together. All the guards work with each other and know each other. So we don't want to show preference for one beach over another, but we will do whatever we can to make sure anyone that wants to be a lifeguard in Rhode Island gets tested to be a lifeguard. And in that same vein, we're doing our outreach for all of our seasonal positions, as I'm sure you all are as well. We'll have a cork board at the conditional tests that if any of you have flyers to advertise jobs, we'd be more than happy to post that for you as well. Pay rates and location are the biggest thing. A lot of times we've got things that said be a lifeguard in Warwick, but nobody knew where. So any kind of contact info and things like that would be helpful. And like I said, more than happy to put it out for you. So that's pretty much all I had to go over real quick. I'll see if I can unmute you all in one fell swoop. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to raise your hand and we'll get into it. All right, I'm not seeing any hands. Jim, oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you because I know I've been getting a lot of questions from other states and stuff like that on vaccine requirements. Each individual agency is going to have different requirements. If you're an agency that's working underneath police or fire, most of their unions are not allowing required vaccinations. One of the things we found from down south in Australia that's worked fairly well so far with that is basically saying that if you show proof of your vaccination, you will not have to wear a mask while you're working. This basically avoids some of the legal issues, some of the HIPAA things and stuff like that. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up of what some other agencies are doing as far as vaccinations or requiring vaccinations.
So as far as that, I'm not going to be asking anybody for their vaccination cards. I just really don't feel it's appropriate for me to be asking those questions. So that's why we're just going to follow what the Rhode Island Department of Health sets out. If anyone wants to wear their mask during the entirety of the test, they're more than welcome to. It's going to be a little difficult going into the water with a wet mask, but if Department of Health on Wednesday says masks aren't required for anyone outside, regardless of if they're vaccinated or not, that's what we're going to go by. I'm not gonna force anyone to wear a mask if it's not required. I'm hoping I'm not going to be wearing a mask. I have had my vaccination, just so everyone knows. But I'm not going to be asking if you've been vaccinated. I'm not going to require you to show me documentation or anything like that. We're going to go strictly on what the the Department of Health has to say. All right, and I see Greg, you have a question?
Yes, how you doing?
Good.
I got two questions. So one's pertaining to the social distancing, being that Warwick really didn't operate their beaches last year. I didn't get too far into how Garden looks for the summer. So going forward, do you see guards being able to sit in the same chair as each other?
So we were allowed to have 2 guards per chair last summer. We were keeping them in what they were calling pods. So it would be like 2 people working together consistently throughout this the summer. How well that works is up for debate, but I think with the restrictions being lessened, I don't think it'll be an issue putting more than 1 guard in a chair.
Okay, very good. My next question pertains to the upcoming lifeguard tests.
Mhm.
Is it all done this year? The registration's all done through, I think it's the portal. Is that the only way students can find a time, or can students just kind of show up there and get a time?
Good. So that's a good question. So we did put it out that, you can register for a time slot. They did fill up pretty quickly. What we've done in the past, even before COVID, when we've had these time slots for candidates to register, we only allow six slots, 6 candidates per time slot to register ahead of time, but we'll actually test between 8 and 10 candidates. So anyone that was unable to get into a time slot, they can still walk in and register for the test, and we'll just put them on a wait list, and we'll be peppering them in as the tests go. So say like the 9:30 test is full. What we'll do is we'll take 2 to 4 candidates from the wait list and add them to that time slot. That way, we keep things going quickly and people aren't waiting there for hours and hours.
Gotcha.
So yeah, to answer your question, yes, people can still walk in and register. Anyone
Okay.
that signs in prior to 2 o'clock will be tested, regardless of if they were able to secure a time slot or not.
Great. And now throwing this out there to this group. So, are you you're saying staffing's hard to come by, that there seems to be staffing issues everywhere? Do you know,
I'm sorry?
I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't
Are
know where
there-
that's coming from.
Are there,
Oh, yeah.
that's weird.
I'm going to mute everyone and I'll unmute you, Greg. Hold on. All right, Greg, can I hear you now? No. All right, Greg, we should be able to hear you now. Or not.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can, yep.
So are you finding potential lifeguards are contacting you and are looking for someone to certify them? Are you getting a lot of that? Or are you finding that people, again, just don't want to become lifeguards?
No, so the main thing that I've been getting from lifeguards is that they were having trouble finding a class to take, whether it be Red Cross or whatever. And after speaking with some of the Red Cross guys that are in this meeting, pool time was the biggest issue. Trying to secure pool time. Greg, as you know, in Warwick, McDermott Pool was closed. So things like that have just been difficult. I know the Red Cross was able to do some extensions, excuse me, do some extensions of their certs, but that the main problem was trying to get lifeguards into an actual lifeguard class to learn the lifeguarding, first aid, and CPR. What we are going to do this year, and it's the same that we've done for years past, we'll allow a candidate to take the test, and we'll just hold back their state certification until they can produce those documents showing us that they took a class.
Gotcha. So that being said, where would I start? Do you have a site or somewhere where I can start advertising upcoming classes? Because it looks like we, for the city of Warwick, are probably going to start rolling with stuff in about 3 weeks.
If
So I could probably
I'm
slam some
not an
classes
instructor, but if anybody out here has a class that they're teaching and they're looking for students to fill, let me know. I'd be more than happy to post it on the DEM and the parks Facebook and Twitter pages. I can send out a blast to my email list for anybody. Anyone that's looking to get lifeguards, let me know, and I'll put it out to my mailing list of people that I have, and I'll get it out to the public as much as my abilities allow me to.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jim, are you raising your hand again?
Yeah, quick thing with referring to Greg and stuff like that. If you post classes or if you're looking for classes, if you go onto the Red Cross site looking for a class, they're very good about posting things that are within your region. Again, all the classes I've had at the Newport Y and at URI have been posted on that site, and they're all full at this point. So again, if you need to fill classes or show other people, it's a good place to go, to a good starting point.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Jim.
So Jim, can I couple up on that? Is that something as an instructor, when you go on and kind of request your blended learning class, is there a separate option to go and get that class
Greg, I believe
advertised?
you're an administrator for it has to be an administrator, but they have a separate portal when you pull up Instructors Corner that will have a post your class segment on it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so I mean, that covered everything I was looking to just broadcast out. I wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page with the testing and things like that. Are there any other issues or concerns that you have before this season starts that we can address now, or you know, even down the road if we have to? I like that we get this little meeting together so we can all kind of be on the same page. So if anything pops up that you're concerned about, always let me know, and I have no problem pulling these together, even if we have to do one in the middle of the season. But I would like to do a wrap-up meeting come early September as well. But if that's it, then thank you all for coming, taking some time out of your day. I know, especially this time of year, we're all pretty busy. My email hasn't stopped popping up out of the corner of my eye this whole time. So thank you guys for coming, and feel free to reach out to me with any issues. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Tom.
Very welcome.
Yep. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Jim.